Oh, y'all thought that I actually had an opening bit this week? No, it's Mother's Day. We gotta be tasteful when it comes to opening bits, so nothing really crass.
Here we go, counselor. Kamen Rider Agito. Get on!
You mean to tell me that y'all didn't see Satellite Groomer do that pose and wander into visual innuendo of it all? Really? Just me? Ah well. BoonBoomger this week takes things into a different direction as we get a brand new general whose voice you just can't deny. Quirks that have potential while Taya gets paid for the mundane. Taya out here meeting with the man who helped him make that bread. Nightlight. That's right, Naito Raito is just Nightlight, and he's some big shot at some umbrella corporation called Lightning Tech. And he's got a big mission for Taya that only he can deliver. That merge. That's right, this CEO type man who runs so many other operations is concerned with the well-being of just some random kid. So much so that he had a totally original, one-of-a-kind plush that totally can't be purchased anywhere else and have Taya deliver it because his car is just that cool and that kid likes cool cars. Clearly, kids in general just love cars. Now tell that to the BoonBoomger toy sales. Either way, Taya's getting paid. Or is he? Because happiness is what that man needs as his payment. So, we amp up the goody-goody roll and spread that money to them starving kids. Oh, and Shidabe lets everyone know, including her main mechanoid Boom Boom, that more aliens are crossing that Earth border. Really think the ISA should really consider building that wall. Either way, new guy crashes in on our not feeling it today trio, and they don't seem to know just who he is. Well look, it's clearly Orochimaru, and he's here to experiment on all kinds of ass. So where's Sasuke when you need him? Still not with his family. On Mother's Day too! Sounds about right. But seriously, this is Canon Borg. And he points out that these two have lacked giving the Mafia any bit of gasoline. So, he's been sent to check in on how they do things down on Earth and add a little bit extra to the sauce. Giving rise to the Satellite Groomer. And forcing everyone to do that Cupid shuffle. And against their will.
We gon' show you how it goes. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right.
Which, anyone forced to do that unwillingly will surely leak that gasoline needed. Though, when the Boomgers pull up, the humans attack, allowing us to witness some of the rawest real-time transformations this side of Bokanger. See, even the Hashirians agree. But, while they get to putting in that work and beat that monster's rod, we find out that he's got the juice. All thanks to Canon Borg giving him a taste of his own rod and jacking them insides. And the juice is definitely loose with this upgrade, bouncing back attacks and landing 3 out of 4 rods on them Boomgers, giving me a monkey's paw situation to the evil Sentai that I've so desired. Seriously, not like this. Not like this. Because they are just mind-jacked and taking it out on Gemba. Actually, no, they're more like body-jacked because their minds are still intact. Either way, Gemba getting it. Luckily, Taya takes a break from delivering merch to delivering these hands. Too bad he gets that friendly fire. So now, it's 2v3 Sentai on Sentai action, with some of the best choreography between them all, with Gemba showing Jashido how he slides through them openings, and Taya pointing out that Mira's stroke game has been wrong this whole time. You know, I seriously thought that it was just that the weapon had some sort of axe or club form, but no, she just has been wrong this entire time. But as I say this, she ends up actually dual wielding this week. So, when it's an all-out attack, I thought, that my computer seriously was freezing. Like, have you heard that sound? I thought my computer froze, but no. It was just them revving up their changers to the point that it ends up short-circuiting the entire rod game. So, with the rod shattered and the monsters finished, it's time for everyone's favorite part of the review. Oh yeah, we're rocking in the clean streets tonight because Rainbow Road has taken hold. Yarukar about to hit them with the DirecTV, but didn't get the memo that these guys stream for free. A simple move is enough to get Yarukar out, so let's get giant with the rod aiming for clout. We got the weirdest gut tie of the bunch, with CG inserts just tacked on like staff on crunch. Using missiles to deflect an energy wave, this logic sends my brain to the grave. Taking advantage of that smoke, BoonBoomger Knight has awoke. Them fires be hitting with roasts harder than Zio's career. Don't worry y'all, he's almost out of here. What do you mean by that?
You working yourself so hard, but your videos are tanking worse than Gutshirt's cards. Maybe take a break and surrender the reins to the one who stakes the claims.
You know, I literally feel that if you had a whole video done by yourself, that you would actually need closed captions because ain't nobody gonna understand a single thing you're saying, especially my foreign audience. You know, that's probably why these BoonBoomger videos haven't been hitting, because of your ass. I mean, look at you. You look like you were put together last minute. Your wig is fucking brown, and your facial hair is black. You were literally thrown together, probably using clearance at Spirit of Halloween.
Oh yeah! Now you all see that Zio is all smoke with no fire. I'm about to take that rogue energy off her.
So yeah, Taya ends up making that delivery after all as Boon Red. Though Nightlight is made aware of the situation and puts two and two together, realizing that Taya is Boon Red, and Taya gets paid with wholesomeness.
Rating time!
This was a wholesome episode at the end that did open up some opportunity for future plot threads. Not just with the obvious Borg saga, but with Nightlight himself, and seeing how that ends up playing into things in the future. I will say that with that, and the combination of choreography, self-acknowledging humor, and wholesomeness, gives this episode the ABBA Ranger A! Borg looks like he's gonna be a lot of fun, as the way that he operates is indeed vastly different from how Mad Rex went about things. And if I wasn't on such a B-Fighters kick right now, I'd say that he seems like a much cooler version of Schwartz from that show. This ability to just hack into items to juice them up, or varying degrees of major change-ups, does leave the possibility of a possible Boom Boom infection. It could be that Borg hacking Boom Boom or his system is what gives them insight into creating their own Boom Boom cars. And that takes me one step closer to that evil Sentai team. Which, look, backtracking a little bit, makes me wonder specifically that Boom Boom, outside of appearing giant, has not had direct interactions with any of the enemies. It kind of makes me wonder what would happen once there is. Is he actually known amongst the Hashirians, or just the space mafia itself? And I mean, look, they see him giant, but is this similar to like a Superman Clark Kent situation where there is clearly that's not the same guy type situation? But yeah, Borg adds a little bit more to the possibilities of shakeups. And I'm thinking here that he could potentially end up hacking into the ISA database, or even Lightning Tech and whatever they got going on, which is another thing. See, last week we had the suitcase with the energy resource that could essentially power up an entire city, while this week we get a tech company that excels in various aspects of daily life. Now, is there a correlation between the two? And will they make an effort to cook something up regarding these background aspects into something more? I mean, now that Nightlight knows that Taya is Boom Red, he could feel the need to give Taya some sort of support. Thus, power-ups and potentially more assortment to the BoonBoomgers could come from this little bit of seed plant. Outside of the info that we got from here, the enemies are continuing to shine and feel more ingrained into the show than they have ever before. So last week's was definitely a good turning point for them. Though, what are the bets on Mad Rex returning? Y'all feel that his time is done? Or do you think that he will come back? And if he does come back, do you think it'll be the same design or will they change it up a bit? You know, I'm thinking maybe it's not Mad Rex that returns, but just his dog by itself? Boy. Otherwise, this episode did not satisfy my desire for wanting to know how Taya came about his fortune. But we do get some nuggets that kind of clue us in a little bit. It seems that he came upon this fortune recently, probably within the last 2 years. And it's from whatever Nightlight guided him towards. I mean, one could assume that he gave him some startup cash and Taya invested in the right places and it paid off in spades, or he did the delivery job that literally paid him buku dinero, and he was just rolling in it with no need for overindulging. The thing that did get me is when Nightlight asked to pay Taya, he kept moving the goalposts to be aimed at the less fortunate. And sure, that seems very cookie cutter and very, goody two shoes, but maybe I'm too much of a pessimist to believe that such a thing would or could happen. Because if billionaires were that nice, half of the world's problems wouldn't be happening right now. But hey, that's just me. Within the episode itself, we do continue to get some really good fighting choreography. And the Ranger on Ranger booning was definitely fun. I really like that during the finisher, when Taya kicks the tire out, while everything else stops, you can still see that tire just going off to that distant wall. That kind of attention to detail really makes the fighting worth it. Though I did not really care for the first Gatai though, as it was just CG attachments. And Rainbow Road, why is this even still a thing? They're barely utilizing it now, and it's just, do something more with it if you're gonna commit to the bit, because it's still stock footage. And I think this is probably one of the shortest intermissions between, the Rainbow Road and the Gatai that we've gotten thus far. Look, at this point, I really just want to see what happens when they finally deliver some gasoline. But overall, fun and wholesome episode of BoonBoomger this week, with next week bringing in the Go-Ongers. Well, just one. And he doesn't appear to be getting out of that suit, which is weird because Sosuke's actor definitely doesn't shy away from the Toku screen roll. But yes, those are my thoughts. What are yours? What did you think about this week's BoonBoomger? The Cannon Borg jacket, the in-show merch, and the potential setups with lightning tech. Anyway, that's it for me. Keep on booming, and I'll see you real boom.